Action Sports.
I've done more stuff the second half of the year than I have the first half of the year. I just got kind of caught up in it the second half of the year because these were the last time. And, you know, this is the last time he's going to race in North Carolina, so this is a big deal.
You know, the focus in the Petty family has been on Richard, and rightfully so. It's the King's last race around the tracks. But his son Kyle is making a race, too. A race for the Winston Cup Points Championship. In the last 5 races, Kyle has accumulated more points than any other driver.
We've run good. You know, we've run good for the pole the last 4 or 5 races, but went all to pieces during the race, so hopefully we're going to reverse that this time.
Petty hasn't gone to too many pieces. In fact, he's just 114 points behind leader Bill Elliott, and he's sitting on the pole at a track he's had a lot of success at.
I think we're pretty confident coming into a place like this. You know, not only just race-wise, you know, and I think that takes a lot of pressure off of us, you know, because we've done so well down here in the past and we've got a little bit of history to draw on. But, man, Winston Cup races change from week to week, and you can't depend on it too much.
Yes, but from week to week, Kyle Petty has inched closer and closer to the top. In Rockingham, Ken Slats, Wpde Action Sports. Hartsville is one of only 2 undefeated teams in Region 5-4A. Tonight, the Red Foxes host Conway and put their 8-0 record on the line.
We've tried to express to our players that every week now becomes more and more important. The teams are going to be fired up to play us, and that we have to continue to improve every day in practice and every game we play.
Another big game in Region 5-4A has South Lawrence at Marlboro County. The Bulldogs are on a roll after a slow start, and South Lawrence, well, they're undefeated in region play.
We played well the last 3 or 4 games. We just been working real hard this week to try not to have a letdown because it's hard to get up each week. And we asked our kids just to try to give us 100%, not 110, you know, that we don't accept 99. So we can't control much about what Marlboro does. They had a rough going at the start, first 3 or 4 games, and now they got everything straightened out. They made some changes on offense and on defense, and they won their last 3, so it's going to be a good game.
And the other Region 5-4A game, Wilson hosting Dillon. Ken Slats reporting, Wpde Action Sports. During the past 2 games, starting quarterback Steve Tannehill has passed for 401 yards and 3 touchdowns. And by the way, both games were wins.
He keeps a really good approach about it being fun, and I think he has a lot of fun. Because of that, he goes out and his attitude is, I'm going to beat the other guy, and that's what it's supposed to be all about. I think it's very healthy. It's very healthy for our football team.
The quarterback situation here has always been an issue. Now with Steve Tannehill as a starter and Blake Williamson taking the snap inside the 20, the team and staff feel like they have the answer.
That's his part of the football game, short yardage. He's a better runner than I am. That's the main reason why he's in there, run option near the goal line. They're not really yanking me, so to speak. They're just substituting me just like they substitute other players at the goal line.
Very fortunate to have 2 of them. It's amazing. We have 2 of them basically with same eligibility, both of them freshmen in their eligibility. Blake's a competitor. Blake wants to play every snap just like Steve does, but the thing is, Blake, like Steve, is a team player in every way. He wants us to win. He's happy when we win.
And as long as they keep winning, I'm sure everyone will be happy. In Columbia, Ken Slats, Wpde Action Sports. The 4-1 Bruins are aiming high toward the undefeated Red Foxes. Do they really believe that they can knock off Hartsville?
Oh, yeah. They, when you got 16, 17, 18-year-old young men and you prepare them right, they believe they can do anything. And the truth is, Hartsville has a good ball club, but we have a pretty good ball club too, so it should be a good game.
Bruins head coach Mike Watts was ejected from Friday's loss against Marlboro County. That means, according to high school rules, he can't even participate in the next game. This, however, doesn't always mean a negative.
I think it may work in reverse. I think it may fire their team up even more, and we're concerned about that. And we're just going to have to take care of what we can do. We can't control that situation. Hopefully our players are going to be ready to play.
Hartsville is in control with a 5-0 region record. The Red Foxes' next 2 opponents and Marlboro County are the only other teams that can win the region.
We have some confidence, but anytime you step foot on the field against anybody in our region, those teams can beat you. And we realize South Florence is the best team we played yet, and we're going to have to play our best football to have a chance to win.
They're a good football team.
And one of these two good football teams is going to be better Friday night. Ken Slats reporting, WPDE Action Sports. Let's go back to October 3rd. USC lost its last game that day. And Tennessee, well, that's the same day they won their last game.
I anticipate them coming excited to play. I'm sure it's been a month now for them, so I'm sure they'll be ready to go. I think it'll be a very excited, eager Tennessee football team.
The Cox have now won on the road and at home. The latest, of course, a come-from-behind victory at Vanderbilt. The Cox are now back at home at Williams-Brice Stadium this Saturday, and the opponent couldn't get much tougher.
Playing against a team like Tennessee, I know we're going to have to play a top-notch game. And I feel like if we play to our capability, we'll be all right.
It's going to go 4 quarters. It's going to be a tough game. And, you know, everything's going to have to work out well for us and make as few mistakes as possible.
The Cox have already beaten a top 15 team, so why not the Volunteers?
I don't think that we should lose any respect for Tennessee in any way, but I don't think that we should fear any football team either. I think that intimidation can be an ugly word if you're on the other end of it, and I don't want us to be intimidated by anyone we play.
In Columbia, Ken Slats, WPDE Action Sports.
Coach, we're not happy with things. We'd like for you to resign. And I said, who's we? That was never clear. And they said, Coach, we just want to talk about it. We just want to have a meeting as players. So I left.
That's where USC football hit an all-time low. Who would think that less than 3 weeks later, the program would be at an all-time high? As he appears to be fighting back tears, Sparky admits that this is his biggest win ever.
Yes. I guess it is. It certainly is. It's the greatest victory I've ever been a part of. I think that I've got great respect for Coach Majors. He's one of the greatest football coaches around. He's a great football program, great tradition at Tennessee, and great South Carolina. I'm really happy for South Carolina.
And South Carolina has definitely gained respectability in the Southeastern Conference. One word has done it: teamwork.
We've played pretty good football the last 3 weeks, and I think it's because everybody has just put aside anything other than what's best for the team. And I think if we can do that, everybody agrees and there's no selfish motives, then you can just about achieve whatever you want to achieve.
It really doesn't matter about, who gets all the credit and all, as long as we keep winning, because I hate to lose. And, after those 5 losses, you don't really care who the credit goes to as long as you get a win.
One word to sum up Saturday: wow. In fact, I'm still shocked. Another win against a true top-notch football team.
It doesn't get any bigger in Tennessee with their tradition, with the style of play that they bring to the game.
Well, I believe our team has matured a great deal. I think that we can see our freshmen and sophomores gaining experience that we didn't have at the beginning of the year.
The winning streak started 3 weeks ago. First, it was Mississippi State. It was kind of a win on emotion. The second one was over Vanderbilt, a team that the Cox were supposed to beat. This past win over Tennessee proved that the team is for real and moving forward on solid ground.
Combined team effort, people coming together, and I think we're just maturing a great deal. I think our strategy has been to take them 1 week at a time, and Saturday, I hope, is a glimpse of the future and what's ahead.
Right now, the confidence and momentum is in our corner. I think we'll keep it going every week.
And the way the team's playing, it's possible. In Columbia, Ken Slats, WPDE Action Sports.